Krishan checking back in with another video. First things first, about 95% of you guys who watch the channel aren't subs, so I'm going to need you to go ahead and drop a sub, drop a like, and a comment as well. It helps with the algorithm. Also, for some reason, some of my videos have been having like 50 views going down to like 8. Then I'm seeing like 15 and 3, so I have no idea what's going on with my views, but you guys just stay consistent and work with me. I'm going to keep dropping videos. And let me stop talking and get into the update, because today we have a real update from Brandon Curry, and we have no idea when this is from at all, but it looks like Brandon has added some significant size to his legs. Me personally, I know Brandon and his coach kind of likes to play mind games, so this may be old, because Brandon look like he's in pretty good shape leading up to the Mr. Olympia. But I really like this update because I wanted to see Brandon put on some size to his legs, and I wanted Brandon to really be a serious threat to beating Big Ramy, because we don't hear too many people talk about Brandon Curry. A lot of people label him as the weakest Mr. Olympia, but he has an amazing shape and an amazing silhouette. And look at his glutes. That's why I'm not sure if this is recent or not, because I'm not sure if Brandon should be in this good shape this early. But either way, he looks great to me, man. He looks huge. So props to Brandon. Hope we find out when this was soon. And nipping at his heels is Hadi Choopan. This is a recent update from Hadi, and it's just a quad calf update. But Hadi looking crazy shredded as usual. And I believe we are going to see the best Hadi Choopan this year. Even though Hadi isn't the biggest and he doesn't have the best back to compete with necessarily Brandon, or the biggest legs to compete with Ramy, I know you guys know Sean Clarito. If you come in undeniable, none of that matters. You can be anybody. And if Hadi comes in on, tan on, color on, oil on, condition, and he gets to the U.S. early, hey, we may be in for a surprise. This is all interesting news and have me super excited as a fan. All right, and next we're going to look into William Bonac as he looks to secure his third Arnold Classic title. And man, look at William, man. Just so round and so huge. And something that surprises me about him, he actually has an amazing chest. For some reason, it seems like a lot of bodybuilders' chest is their main weak point. I mean, outside of calves. Classic guys usually have pretty good chests, but for some reason, like such as with Nick Walker and Ian Valle, even Phil Heath had a smaller size chest. It was huge as far as muscle, but the chest is usually a rough point for a lot of bodybuilders, and William has it. Actually has a huge chest, man. Crazy round, and as I told you guys, I've already predicted him to win the Arnold Classic. You guys will get my prediction video, of course, as we get closer to the Arnold, but I already have William winning the show, so. All right, and in our next story, we're going to look at Sergio Olivia Jr., who is doing curls, looking very ugly for no reason. But you know, if you guys know Sergio, then you know how he is. But enough of that. In my last video, or my last physique update video, I talked about the Arnold Classic, and I talked about how I think Nick Walker and Justin Rodriguez are going to place very high. But I did not talk about Sergio Olivia Jr. for some reason, and that is my bad. Sergio is one of my favorite bodybuilders. I like bodybuilders when they're good bodybuilders, and I like their personality as well, and I like Sergio's personality. But in the last Arnold, Bonac won, Dexter got second, Ramy got third, and Sergio came in fourth. Ramy nor Dexter will be competing at this Arnold, so Sergio is pretty much the front runner outside of, Bonac on paper to win the show. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. The reason that I was comparing Bonac so much to Nick Walker is because I feel like they have similar physiques and they would compare well against each other. And I feel like Sergio compares well with Cedric or Keaton Williams just because they're a little taller guys. But, I mean, hey, you never know. I mean, I have Bonac placing first and winning the show. But, I mean, Sergio could win the show and have maybe Akeem in second. And we could see, I don't think Bonac is going to drop that low, but we could see Nick place a little lower. It would be an interesting show, you guys, but I just wanted to go ahead and throw Sergio in there because I really like this guy. He gets left out a lot, and people seem to say he's overrated for some reason, but I really like Sergio. So, and in our next story, we're going to have a look at Justin Rodriguez, who is honestly quickly becoming one of my favorites, man, because of his shape and just how he keeps making improvements. It seems like Justin has put on even more size to his legs, which is exactly what he needs to stand with these guys, man. And honestly, Justin just keeps putting on a little more size and keeps coming in shape. He's gonna be up there in that top six, man. He's really one of my favorite up and comings, as I've said, and I feel like he could potentially win the Mr. Olympia in the next coming year. So you guys watch out for Justin Rodriguez, man. No one really talks about him. He's kind of underdog, but when you don't get talked about a lot, it makes you work harder. You know, you behind the scenes don't have as much direct pressure on you, so hopefully he's able to capitalize. In our next story of the day, we have an update from George Peterson, 212 athlete. And I believe George placed third at the 212 Olympia last year, and he won his first 212 show at the Tampa Pro. Honestly, I don't talk about George that much because I feel like George should be an open class bodybuilder. Even though he's only 5'7", that's actually kind of tall for the 212 division. I believe George wins these shows because he's just so good. Honestly, George could have stayed in classic and probably still placed top three in my opinion. George can stay in 212 and still place pretty high. I don't know about him winning 212, but I think George is an open class bodybuilder. Definitely has an open class back. So that's my thoughts on that. And in our last story of the day, we're going to take a look at 212 competitor Derek Lunsford. And I believe Derek is coming for the 212 title this year. However, Sean Clarita is going to be working very hard, especially due to the death of his coach, John Meadows, rest in peace. It's going to be very tough for Derek this year, but man, everyone is working, and I feel like Derek has one of the best shapes alongside Keon Pearson, but I think Derek has been around a little longer, and I think he'll be able to bring the Olympia level conditioning that I'm not sure Keon can bring. So I'm hoping Derek is able to bring it this year and win the Olympia. You guys know he's working with Honey Rambod, who is used to breeding coaches. If Derek doesn't win this year, him and George Peterson may be moving up to the Open. I won't be surprised at all. But that's going to be the video for today, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. Like, comment, and sub. If you made it this far, comment GOAT Gang in the comment section. I just want to see some. I'm out.